because my parents are so diligent. They kept reminding me that I am these things. And over time, I heard it, and it started marinating into my
Mm-hmm.
soul, my body, my spirit. And I tried to like grab onto that. I said, okay, I don't have to live in the past no more. I'm not being chased by rebels. I'm not starving no more. There's McDonald's over here, Chick-fil-A over here. I don't have to have a scarcity mindset no more. Now
Mm-hmm.
I just have to work on myself,
Mm-hmm.
work on myself to better myself for myself, not for my
Mm-hmm.
family, not for anybody else, but for myself, because I want to see myself reach my full potential in what God has called me to be in His life.
Will my adopted child be okay? What does their future hold? Did I do something wrong? Hi, neighbor. I'm Tim, an adoptive parent and adoption life coach. If you're feeling anxious or uncertain about your parenting journey, you're in the right place. I help Christian adoptive parents with practical tools and emotional support anchored in timeless biblical principles. Anchors of hope and healing are on the way. Hi, neighbor. I've learned when I wrap up an interview to keep the recording going, because more often than not, something unexpected and meaningful happens once the microphone should have been turned off. That's exactly what took place after my conversation with Jackson TerKeurst. You can hear that interview in episode 201. In this after-show conversation, what began as a few closing remarks turned into a rich, heartfelt exchange filled with wisdom for both adoptees and adoptive parents. Jackson opened up even more about his journey from the chaos of war and loneliness in Liberia to the deep faith and trust that now anchor his life. We talked about what it takes to build trust, the power of consistency, and how healing often grows in the soil of patience and faith. So today I'm sharing this special after-show conversation, not because it was planned, but because it was powerful. I believe what Jackson shares here will encourage you, challenge you, and remind you that even when life feels uncertain, God's timing is always right on time. So here's the unfiltered, hope-filled conversation, the one that happened after the official interview ended. I'll keep the recording going because inevitably something is said that I want to remember later. But thank you so much. That your story is really compelling. So
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
I can't imagine. I had some friends I used to work with from Bosnia, and they were conscripted to fight in the war when they were really young too.
Mm,
But they made it over here as well.
yeah,
They made it over here as well. I don't know how exactly how they got here, but God has a way to do this. So.
yeah. God definitely has a way, man. Because for me, when I was in that orphanage and I watched some of my friends get adopted into America, into homes, and I was lonely, man. I was like, when would I know what love feels like? When would I know? When would I have a family? Man, I'm so lonely. I am so sad. And
Mm-hmm.
man, God, please help me. And I cried for so many years that He will open a door for me to experience what it felt like to be in a family and to experience love, to
Mm-hmm.
experience joy, to experience happiness, to experience all these beautiful things that He has given us as a gift on this earth. But I did not see it at that time because there was so much chaos and things around me that I didn't see what He had in store for me. But I kept the faith. I
Mm-hmm.
kept the faith, and I kept praying to Him, kept talking to Him, kept pursuing Him, and kept being patient and just trusting that He had a plan for my life. And I did the work, and He eventually opened a door for me to come to America as a missionary for my brothers and sisters. So that's a next level thing, and then be in a position where I was responsible for sharing their story and my story with the rest of the world. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, so that's huge. And because of what He did through my life, hundreds of kids were adopted into America and
Mm-hmm.
hundreds were sponsored. You just never know what God has in store for you. And sometimes the situation we're in is hard. It's really hard to really see the good in it, the great in it. But man, like we just have trust God that He's got it under control, and just to trust His timing. So that's what I did, man. I just waited patiently. That I know He had something for my life special, but I wasn't sure when or how He was going to do it.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I can see trust written all
Hmm.
over you. I mean, it's just you couldn't have gotten through it without trust. So,
Cannot, yeah, you have to have a very strong faith, a
hmm.
very, very, very strong faith. And even now, I still do. Sometimes, some things are happening. My wife be freaking out about it. I just laugh and smile, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I was like, "There's nothing he can do." So there's nothing he can't do. And I was like, I'm a living testimony of that. I'm right
Yes.
here. So, like, I come from a poor, dirt cheap, poor family, like village boy. And
Hmm.
here I am sitting here with Tim having a conversation on a podcast. Like, what more? He can do more than that. That's like he's an amazing God. He's an incredible God.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm just grateful that he's been able to use me in a tremendous way to share the
Right.
message of hope and resilience to those who may need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, in my audience, there are adoptive parents and there are adoptees who need to hear what your story.
Yeah.
They didn't come from a war-torn country, but in our experience, in our case, the adoption was before they were born. The trauma,
Hmm.
excuse me, was before they were born. And we had no idea.
Yeah.
But circumstances can wire a kid before they're even birthed, and
Yeah.
they don't manifest themselves till the teen years. And so you said the things that you went through and did to help you navigate your trauma, they need to hear that too. And parents need to
Yes.
hear it, and the community needs to hear it because you talked about confidentiality. That's a
Hmm.
big one.
That's a big one.
It goes back to trust. If you can't trust people, you won't confide. So
Yeah. So
anyway.
yeah, like the kid has to trust you, and like that trust has to build over time with consistent action, consistent. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it has to be consistent with them, because even with me in my situation, there was a lot of things where growing up in Liberia, there was a lot of inconsistency all the
Mm-hmm.
time in my life. I go to school for 3 months, and then war starts, and I go no school for 6 months to a year. And then I go here, another thing happened for another couple of years. And it was just, there was no consistency in my life, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Then coming to a home where there's stability and there's consistency, it was hard for me to adjust to that. And because my parents are so diligent, they kept reminding me that I am these things. And over time, I heard it, and it started marinating into me, marinating into my
Mm-hmm.
soul, my body, my spirit. And I tried to like grab onto that. I said, okay, I don't have to live in the past no more. I'm not being chased by rebels. I'm not starving no more. There's McDonald's over here, Chick-fil-A over here. I don't have to have a scarcity mindset no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just have to work on myself,
Mm-hmm.
work on myself to better myself for myself, not for my
Mm-hmm.
family, not for anybody else, but for myself, because I want to see myself reach my full potential in what God has called me to be in His life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of how I saw it.
I'd like to pause this episode for just a moment to invite you into something special I've built for adoptive parents. If you've ever sat in the quiet after a hard day with your adopted child and thought, am I the only one going through this? You're not. I've been there too. That's why I created this space, a community of adoptive parents who understand, who share encouragement, and who offer practical, faith-rooted support. If you're in a season of difficulty with your adopted children, please take this opportunity to connect with us. We want to be there for you when you cry, when you laugh, when you need encouragement or a safe embrace. You don't have to walk this journey alone. It's simple to join. Just go to timsuggest.com/community. That's timsuggest.com/community. You'll also find the link in the show notes. Together we can walk this road, one step, one prayer, one season at a time. It's a great story, and I can tell how you're gonna raise your children. You're gonna keep putting this into them too, and
Oh
so
yeah, man. We don't have time for that, man. We don't got time for We got
Yeah.
time for that. God is good, man. Just remember that.
Yeah.
So
I really appreciate you coming on here and us connecting, because this is the kind of thing that you can speak to things I can't speak to. So thank you
yeah.
so much.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for, opening this platform for people like me to come and share their testimony and to inspire others. And that's what God has called all of us to do. And He called
Mm-hmm.
all of us to, He gave all of us stories, not just to carry, but to share,
Mm-hmm.
and because we all need each other in this life. And if my story and your story can help me, vice versa, then, we're bringing glory to His name. We'll bring honor
Mm-hmm.
to His name, and that's all I'm trying to do, just be obedient and share this story is giving me to inspire and help whoever may need this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal.
And there's going to be somebody you may never meet that's going to
Yeah,
hear this.
yeah,
And so
and that's the point.
you
So
never know. Well, again, thank you so much. And this is the third anniversary of the podcast
hey,
today. And
hey,
I never thought I would be doing a podcast.
happy
Thank you.
anniversary.
Yep. It's crazy.
That's
Crazy. I'm
right.
in a little town in Indiana. So,
Indiana, never been, man, never been, but I heard good things about the Indiana Hoosiers. Is that a basketball team?
yeah. Yeah. Unless you're a Purdue fan.
I don't know. No, no. I'm all Carolina, man. Carolina all the way. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. You're from Carolina. That's right.
yeah,
Okay.
Carolina all the way, man.
Not
So
Duke.
uh nah, UNC, man. Let's go. UNC.
I
Like
know. I'm
I
just giving
love
you a hard time.
yeah,
I know the whole rivalry thing down there too.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, my
okay.
best friend Kevin is my best friend Kevin in high school. He and I still best friends, but he's a huge Duke fan, and we always like, oh boy, trash talking to each other, man. I love it,
At
you
least you
know.
love basketball, because basketball is our thing here. So,
Yeah. And one thing I did in high school that really helped me a lot was being involved in sports.
okay.
Yeah, so I ran track, I
Mm-hmm.
played basketball, and I played soccer.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, so when I did those things, man, it helped me so much to connect with other people, and to
More
forget,
connections.
yeah, more connections, and to help me even forget my past and my trauma I was
Mm-hmm.
going through, because I was making new friends, I was in a new environment, and now I was actually being happy, doing activities and things like that with other people. So
Okay.
that really helped a lot for me growing up. I
Okay.
would
Cool.
definitely recommend sports to your children. If they do no sports, you get them out of the house. Go
Mm-hmm.
play sports or
Yeah.
do something.
You
It
can't
helps
you
a
can't
lot.
lay around and yeah.
No, no.
Perfect. Well, go take care of those babies. I remember those days. So
Thank you, Tim.
enjoy them while they're young.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that, man. You have a blessed day. Okay.
You too.
All
Bye.
right. Later. Bye.
I hope you found this after show conversation as inspiring as I did, with these gentle reminders of hope, healing, and God's faithfulness for both adoptees and adoptive parents. Here are a few of the takeaways. Number 1, faith sustains through the waiting. Jackson shared how he prayed for years to know what love and family felt like, and how keeping faith through loneliness and chaos helped him trust God's timing. Number 2, God's plan often unfolds in the unexpected. What seemed like unanswered prayers eventually led to Jackson's mission work and to hundreds of children being adopted or sponsored, a reminder that God's purposes are far bigger than we can see. Number 3, trust is the foundation for healing. Both adoptees and adopted parents need time and consistency to build trust. Without trust, there's no real openness or healing. Number 4, consistency creates safety. Jackson's reflections affirm that healing for adopted children often mirrors the persistence of the parents who love them through confusion, pushback, and growth. And finally, number 5, sharing your story brings hope to others. Jackson reminded us that our stories aren't meant to be hidden. They're meant to shine light for someone who may never meet us, but desperately needs to hear they're not alone. It's my hope that Jackson's story reminds you that even in the waiting and the wondering, God is still writing something good, one faithful step at a time. Please see the show notes for the ways you can connect with Jackson. That's all for this episode. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, this is Tim encouraging you to do what you can now. I hope today's episode encouraged you to face the storms in your parenting journey with courage and confidence. If so, would you please share this episode with another adoptive parent? It would also bless me and the mission of this podcast if you would take a couple of minutes and leave a review for the show on Apple Podcasts. Until next time, this is Tim, encouraging you to do what you can now.